So, yeah, this is gonna be fun for me. I think a big telling thing to me is I don't need to know if Wardell and Subrosa can frag. I want to know if Cutler's is gonna be able to hold this site really well. How much mid control are we gonna get with that Omen over there too? It's small kind of factors that are gonna be fun to me. On the attacking side, you know, I was watching a great deal of Mixwell's stream on how they were playing in their tournament recently, and it was super loose, super kind of off the back of picks. And it looks like a big mid piece is gonna come through, bursting through that smoke, get some instant pressure building towards B.
Smoke out by Hayes, trying to slow him down. He's going to paranoid B main, and Subrosa will find Calypso to open things up. So it's going to be a man advantage for the defenders, and they have already rotated. They're trying to sandwich the attack, and here it comes. Nice Cypher Cage is going to save the life, and Akis hasn't moved down this left side quite yet. But here comes a big push, and that paranoia is going to find two players in the back. Excellent use of the blind. Mame is going to convert it into the first kill, but Wardell holding strong for now.
Yeah, I'm all about that utility usage. This is beautiful. Akis is doing really, really well here to control the site and keep the pressure building. I was worried that the crossfire would be too much to handle. They wouldn't break past Boathouse, but they did just well. Now Subrosa, though, trying to play this back in what, a 1v3? I mean, the man's good. He's got a molly. He could definitely do some damage. If he flushes out a corner, there's potential for this Puckett, but it's very limited.
This is going to be so tough for Subrosa. We've seen everyone taking turns clutching today. Can Subrosa, well, is it his time? First player going to be playing short, and DeSilva almost caught out. Mummy with the snap and the headshot, though. The Ghost is going to connect, and that is going to be another pistol round. They had 83% on this map coming in. Envy trying to improve on that number with a big win. It's their first pistol of this matchup, and we'll see what they can do with guns now in round two.
Again, it's... Ooh, Akis? Hello? What is that purchase?
That's a fat old Aries.
Hey, if it works, it works, man. Look, I'm not gonna... Akis is great. Again, I was here for that utility use. I love seeing Omen and Phoenix in combination. They should be able to know that there's some aggression here from the defensive side. And they don't. Mames goes down already. So Bros is going to put that Sheriff to perfect practice. And look at this aggressive hold. Look how up close they are. Finesse could be in all kinds of trouble. That shotgun is teetering on the edge, and they know there it is in the back. Wardell springs into action. This is dangerous. They've pushed individually. Look at these picks. One was over by A, one was over by B. Now, of course, the A one's a little unfortunate, but you shouldn't be walking on your own. Against pistols, you're not going to be holding close angles. You got to bank on that utility and the ability to trade. Oh dear, that could have gone badly too, but Caboose just about stays alive on 6 HP. 6
HP, but he's going to be able to heal himself back up to 95 and more, actually all the way up to 100, and we're going to see now what can they do. It's going to be 4 defenders, and Subrosa without a Sage is going to be down to his 6 HP on the other side. Meanwhile, Envy, 3 players, spike in hands of their Brimstone. We'll see what Calypso wants to do with it. A is definitely going to be the site, and Wardell's about to find out. Dart's going to be picked. They don't know where the defenders are located. Caboose getting that intro. And here he comes.
Oh no. Oh no, this is a disaster, Puckett. This ain't good. Calypso can try and hold this together, but there's a lot of bodies in his way and already damage being done to his teammates. Akis getting tagged up there. Calypso finds Subrosa, capitalizes on Hazed. Okay, maybe
Vandals are pretty good.
But Puckett, it's Cutler, the clutch master himself.
Trading the shorty for a shorty.
All he's got. Oh,
all right,
dear.
but look at the health. I feel like a shorty at this range is definitely going to kill Calypso. Bam! And now he knows the Omen is weak.
Oh my god.
It's the downside of a Sageless composition, but I have not seen a shorty at this range pick up kills. Can he clutch the double shot Cutler again? And he's going to get the weapons before the defuse. Thank you for the free Vandal. That is a clutch eco round coming in for TSM.
Oh no.
That's just nutty. That's just nutty.
If
You're
you weren't
longer
tilted,
and shorting to get this round. What are we watching today in the quarterfinals, chat?
Bro, if you weren't tilted from that last game, right? Let's say you're an MVP, you're at that sick half, you're like, sweet, I'm doing well, and then suddenly you just get backhanded by a shorty just on a retake with an immobile character. Agent, whatever you want to call it. Like, you envy. I'd be mad. You'll be fine, but I'd be mad.
Okay, Mummy's going for the Phantom. We're going to see the Sheriff on Finesse. Caboose sticking with his patented Sheriff. So they're buying up. They want to even this one out. Try and keep the money tight on both sides. Every kill matters here for the attackers. And Caboose, again, is going to lead this charge. This time, the drone is going to lead him in. We'll see if he can follow it up with another headshot. It's clean on Haven. Wise move by Drone to just back up. They're going to wait for everyone to get stacked up over here at A. They've got the info that mid is clear. B is locked down by 1,000 cameras and tripwires. And it's going to be Sub Rosa with the first pick again. Defense and Sub Rosa. He has been clean on those first bloods.
It's a lot of ticks in the right direction, though, isn't it? Let's see. For now, they've got a bit of cat control. Looks like an A pinch. And present, but 42 seconds, they haven't really fully hit, and maybe trying to Mame show off that maybe it's a misread, but spam through the wall actually connects. Carlo's been super clutch recently, I kind of love it. Calypso, going to be kept on notice, utility being used. This is nice use of utility from the defensive side, really well timed. As soon as they try and peel away, Hayes knew what was up there. He's not going to fall for him, he's not going to leave middle, he's going to keep checks on this. Now, the spike is with Calypso, so don't worry too much about finesse, even though he could do some damage. It is going to be 15 seconds here, Puckett. Time's running out.
And they thought they had the pinch. Instead, Sabrosa lurking around the corner. He's going to find his third of the round. Hayes gets the other two, and it's TSM after winning their eco, now forcing their opponents to play broke. Big hold here in round 3. Sabrosa showing you how to get it done in the final moments, gets his second and third. As we take a look at the numbers, he's already got his ultimate, Lauren. On the other side, Calypso also with the Brim ult to protect the spike once planted.
Right here.
I want to see that little kind of like awareness from Hayes to keep himself still present in middle to catch those players trying to peel back away. Super nice. And mid is really hard to hold on the defensive side. It's really not easy. So credit to him for that. And let's see. Looks like a bit of a aggressive start with Phoenix here. Sabrosa instantly facing together. This is nice. They do catch a flash though. Good utility usage from the attack inside, but now they're split up. And of course they are just on pistols, so the straight one-to-one fights are still going to favor, of course, those with the bigger guns. Calypso though, nice little swing from him.
All right, you trade out one, and then you try to move up mid, and you get shut down. So good luck, Calypso. Last man standing with just a ghost. Able to pick up the first, and that Molly should find a second on Drone. Drone actually just works his way right past it. Nice movement. 3 players around the corner. Calypso trying to take guns off of them, and Hayes will hold strong. So a 3-1 start here for TSM, but finally Envy back onto their weapons. We'll see what they're buying. Will Mame pull out a sniper rifle? Are the operators coming? Yes, they will. Able to get the op as well as the full armor down to 0 credits. So this is a big round here for Envy. On the other side, you have a flush bank account outside of Drone here for TSM.
Well, this is a big stack towards A. They have no info on B or middle at this point. This has to be an all-in piece. If that's the case, they've got to go fast on this bucket. They've got to full commit. You can't back away halfway through. Is that an ultimate being considered there for Calypso? I think it was. Yeah, this could be a pacey piece coming in, so keep your eyes on this. A lot of utility going to come down. There could be a lot of pressure, and that's the go symbol. You've got to go off the back of that. You've got to keep that pressure building. Going slow off this, I don't love. I'd rather them just kind of full commit, use that utility really well, and try and pressure. Already the defensive side is almost postured in a sort of retake scenario. Look at those deep smokes. They're going to clear sight out piece by piece, and that's a really nice, shout to you observers. Give us that overview. I love to see it. And again, spike going to go down. They should be able to get somewhat safe post plants. They will be tucked in on the site though.
What's the retake strategy now? Wardell with the Sova operator in hand, but they will not give you any angles. On the opposite side, Mame holding the tight angle until that smoke comes out. So Hayes trying to lead the way on the retake, and it's going to be Drone jumping in first.
Oh, I don't love that double stack towards Dark there. It's not great, just away from Heaven. Yeah, already Color's going to find Finesse. The trade comes back in towards Hayes, but Drone's got a good idea where these players may be. Stunning shot towards Caboose. Ultimate to be impulsed. Wardell on the clear, but I'm pretty sure the spike can be defused. Maybe not. Maybe Mummy's got something to say about it. He's still got eyes on this. The flash comes in. He's fully white, but the defuse, it ain't going to happen. Nicely played by Mummy then. And you said it at the start. That investment, the money, he put everything into that, and it worked out.
Well done, gets the first pick, gets the last pick. It got a little messy there in the middle, but nice job by Envy holding strong. Everyone's going to be able to buy up here. The question is, do they keep leaning on A? They've been smoking out middle at the start of the round, just trying to keep the defense guessing. On the other side, Wardell is going to go back to the operator down to 800 credits. We're going to see 4 Phantoms up. Everyone basically even in this matchup, but it's going to come down to one of these first picks. Mame dodges a sniper rifle shot and gets out alive. Drone gets some information. And they feel the A pressure coming.
They do, and it's a misread, which is really nice. They've kind of gone through the motions of what they did last round, and they're going to switch it up and try and utilize middle and capitalize on catching those rotations. If they do kind of funnel in towards B, they should leave at least one player posted up on middle to punish anyone trying to filter back through towards B. They've outplayed the defensive side here. Very nicely done by the attacking squad, a little bit of a ruse, but the pacing is starting to fall away a bit here, Puckett. They've maybe left a little bit too much time, and Hazed, I think he knows what's up.
Hayes is giving away his position, though, with the paranoia, and only found one player with it. Calypso is going to answer with a headshot. And now the site is being taken. Spike is about to be thrown down, and they have everyone stacked up. Defense trying to come through the spawn, and it is held with the operators. Mame finds the first on Subrosa. So last time we saw TSM in a scenario like this, they just backed up and kept all of their money, all of their weapons, I should say. They're going to do it again here. They are playing for round number 7.
This is a save. Beautiful. Yeah, that was, and let's talk about what this round really was. It was set into play by the previous round. They did this very heavy A-lean. They showed a lot at the start. Mame was over there. And as soon as they did that, of course, it costs it when you're TSM, you want to rotate towards that because it's almost a picture-perfect example of what you saw last time. Now, this round, they switch it up and they go, okay, we'll kind of show the same sort of beginning. They, of course, read into that. And we saw that, you know, Hayes did like to play around mid before, but that's beyond the point. They kind of filter back towards B. They take mid control. And by that point, the over-rotation from TSM has been punished. Really well done. That was beautifully handled by Envy. Again, this is the thing. I like some of the ideas Envy have. With some sort of refining elements, they could be a wonderful team down the line. So that was a really nice round.
Big brain plays coming in from Finesse, and the Envy squad ties up our score at 3-3. We're going into an even fight once again. You look at the money basically evenly spread outside of Mame, who is starting to stockpile, sitting on 5,600 creds. And this time around, he's going to have the spike early on, looking to see if anyone's pushing out a B. Big fight in the middle of the map. Hayes hears it coming, and he's going to find Caboose and more. Calypso falls before Akis finally stops his progress, and we're going to see a 3 versus 4. Make it
okay.
2 left. And about said 1. I thought Akis had it.
Yeah, Akis
Can we just settle the chat?
That's
Is it
so
Akis
nice.
or Akis? I've seen both from you guys.
I really like that towards Wardell. The isolation of one player is super well performed. Cutler. Oh,
Okay.
Akis, this is a huge round. That was massive. And he just alleviated enough pressure for the spike to be collected by Finesse. Now, the problem is, of course, he's left in towards a 1v2. They know where Subrosa was. And now he's definitely going to know where he is now. Has he seen the arm? No, he doesn't. Drone's positioning is really good. And basically that round was just kind of instantly locked away by them not clearing that corner and middle enough. I'm sure, you know, we could watch that one back. But this was lovely from Akis. Just a little individual outplay towards Wardell. He'd just be able to isolate, and Cutler not holding the crossfire because he wanted to play safe towards a spike.
Nice job to get some of the weapons off, but it's going to be TSM holding strong. And as we mentioned, Mame had that stockpile of cash, so sniper rifles out on both sides of the action. Rushing down mid through the smoke doesn't seem to be the plan. We'll see what they do this time. And as I say it, Caboose fearlessly pushes through the first, and he's going to see Hazed on the other side of this wall if he continues his movement through the mid. Drone is over at B, drawing the attention. And the attackers just trying to get some equipment out from the defenders, moving their way through the middle of the map. No one peeking them at short, but you can tell everyone is watching it.
So bringing the spike towards middle is super risky too, but for now it's all on Hazed. Good luck. Oh my god, Hazed. I thought he could double down on that one. I believed. And Caboose trying to be quick on the trigger here, trying to get through towards B. And you can see the pinch potentially coming in. Wardell outdone, just straight Zentaris peek there, swinging it across. No stops, full send. And actually, this is pretty good. Let's see if the attack inside peel away. They do. Nice mid-round call here, Puckett. They're not going to just overcommit. It's easy to kind of just fall into that habit of just instantly, piling in towards B, but they're aware of who's alive. Drone and probably Cutler, of course. So, hey, let's back away. Let's play towards A. We can then hold their rotations. Really nice mid-round call.
Caboose is playing so good this round, too. He perfectly threw up the wall, got the info that at least one was there, flashes a few seconds later, gets the info. Okay, both of them are coming from their spawn. So we are safe everywhere else on the map. And again, I think this is TSM just having to take their weapons and run. Nice attacking round coming in from Envy. Starting at B, leaning heavy, and then a quick rotate, as you mentioned. I feel like the mind games. We got some strong in-game leaders in this one.
It's when we're watching with an observing client, we get the mini map, when we get to see it all, right? Like, it's easy to think, we're like, of course, so you'd call that. But it's how often do you see teams just funneling in? They just go lazily, they don't check their corners. Of course, you know, when we see everything, we get to see the X-rays, we're all 10-head, you know, Radiant players, but it's in the moment, it's a really nice little call. So, again, these are the small, like, indicators that when you look at Envy, you should be excited by this team. Now, I'm never going to doubt what TSM can do after the first map. I mean, how many times did I have to say that just to cover my ass? Because the chances they were going to come back, and they did. But the point is, this isn't the untouchable TSM. This isn't the group stage TSM where they looked super, super powerful, you know, untouchable almost. This is a challenge TSM. And I like this. This is good for the scene. This is competitive.
Absolutely.
So, yes, TSM, I think they'll still win this, but is this an incredible start? Absolutely.
Now, historically, through at least the group stages, it was Calypso and Caboose popping off on this map in particular. I want to see Caboose continue his aggression. He's been dropped the first man in their last two pushes through the middle, but he's getting the info and setting up his teammates to trade. This time around, it's Sub Rosa spamming through the smoke, and he is going to find the first. Bane's here waiting for the push on the opposite side as Finesse drops. This is going to be rough for the attacker. It's already 2 down, and a third has just been spotted.
Again, this is interesting. Forcing TSM to fight middle is a unique one. I see a lot of teams just giving it up because it's really tricky to hold. It's very hard to hold safely. They may commit their jet to it or one player or maybe a rate, you know, whatever it may be. Again, you know, the meta's changing constantly, but they're actively fighting it, which I really like. But look at this weird mismatch of rotations. You've got such a weird area to be in. That spike with Sober.
No, you did not.
All right, we're gonna move on. Don't worry about it. Nothing happened, Caboose. We're gonna ignore it. We move on. No one saw nothing. Wardell, did he get the tag on Mame?
You can't give him the second shot. You cannot give him the second shot. Mame apparently is tagged up by someone. He is real low. Excuse me. That's gonna be Wardell real low. And we're gonna see Hayes now just 6 HP as well. So Mame, he's got the operator, but really a pistol would get the job done here.
I think they know it, but let's see how much damage he can do. A 1v3.
Another shock dart available.
It's a tall task here, Puckett, but maybe Mame's going to do it. That's one. And now these other two players aren't in tradable positions. That's a bit of a problem. Oh, I don't like that. If he'd hit that, maybe it's getting back on, but I don't know if this one slept a little bit too far away from him.
Mame playing the time. Trying to stall, but he's going to have to get the kills here. They're pushing him, and there it is. Hazed. Finding the headshot. We're going to see Sub Rosa getting the defuse. Is that going to bring him to his ultimate? If we could check in here on the ult status after 9 rounds. You've seen a back and forth game. TSM taking the lead once again. And we're going to see Wardell with the op. Sub Rosa's still 2 away. On the other side, 3 ults already, including that Brimstone ultimate. Now, we haven't seen a lot of Omen ults being used effectively at the top level. I want to see how do these teams use it, especially on the map Ascent.
And in my head, I'm trying to work out how I feel the bias on this map is. Because obviously defense and operators, very powerful combo. But this map and defending is very, very hard. So does it kind of even out, maybe? I'm trying to just keep it in mind with the current 2 teams, of course. The overall meta doesn't always apply to specific matchups, but it's an interesting one to consider.
I mean, after watching the WePlay event, I felt like it was whoever got first blood. And looking at first bloods, it's 63 to 58 in favor of Envy.
It's a pretty decent way of looking at it, I guess. It's the rotations are so hard. It's such a long rotation route and can be punished so easily, but finesse to find drone is a really good indicator for the attacking side if they go off the back of this or not. We've seen them fall away, and keep in mind where that spike is, Puckett. It's not on A.
And he's dead too, so they know they've got Spike over at the B site, but the damage is being done at A by Akis as he is going to find Hayes. So attackers still in this, just 2 defenders left. And Calypso's starting to make his way back over to that spike. Cutler trying to protect, and he's got the info.
I was going to say Cutler might have just won that round, but I think it might have just gone away from him slightly there. Wardell going to be leaned on in another pretty endgame scenario. A 1v2, spike down. What are these rounds? Is it just me thinking they're a little bit weird? Okay, let's look at the HP. So obviously Akis is super low, so he should be the one just to kind of go in and allow the potential trade, but still Wardell 20 seconds. Where are you going to take that spike other than B?
Doors closed as well,
Ooh.
so they've got to be pushing through main, and there goes Akis with a quick trade, the operator following it up. So I was nervous with you, Horn, but nice job by Mummy to hit the shot.
Okay, I like the way they approached that. It wasn't, you know, they took the time and they went in together and, you know, allowed the trade to come out effectively. Obviously not too close together, which is, you know, where we see old Wardell getting the doubles, which is not the dream. But this, it scares you, doesn't it? Because did Mummy even see him backing away? I don't know.
No,
but he
shot.
definitely got he got a little lucky. Let's call it that. But
He just knows his timing. Yeah,
he knows his timing. The classic counter 3 and then just hit the shot. I like this attack inside from Envy. It's a little bit weird and wonderful. It's definitely not what I'm used to seeing, so I'm just kind of taking stock of it myself. A lot of utility used early to kind of give the idea they're trying to garner mid control. 3 smokes being dedicated towards this is actually a great deal. Now you can see the double stack on short though on the other side from TSM could find the information that this is a kind of maybe a fake piece or a feign towards middle. They're looking like they're like, you know, working back in towards it late. So this is interesting.
Akis is going to block off Wardell's line of sight, so the operator being shut down, that is going to spring Caboose. As soon as he hears this drone, I kind of expected him to push through mid. Instead, they're backing up to the spike and could be making their way to the A site. Everyone now collecting on the right side of the map. Question is, who's going to get this first pick?
So looking at this mid pressure, it's kind of helped out that this double stack went there. So if you're going to feign that you're going middle, you're going to ideally pull the players from A towards the extremities of the site, right? So you're playing those connectors, you're kind of sitting a little bit deeper. So you've got to hope they have some utility left to hit this. If they go for that split up short, they're probably dead in the water. Let's find out. Here we go. Big amounts of utility and Caboose with a huge entry. Ultimate comes out, but the site is taken. Spike, not yet there. It's still on Omen, so there is time for these rotations. But look at this power. It's so swift. Akis on towards Sabrosa. Surely the site is theirs.
Sabrosa tried to upgrade his weapon and gets hit in the face. This all went sour though. When Hayes threw that paranoia out, he thought he was clear. Caboose just runs straight through it and finds the headshot while nearsighted. So big plays from their entry fragger once again on Envy. And Drone may just back up and keep the money if they don't get a pick soon. 4 defenders left on this site. They're going to try and trap them in. And of course, Mummy in the back at A with the operators watching over heaven if they peek.
This is a save. It's a straight up save. And again, we can look through the intentions of that play, and it's always better to hear it from the players than, you know, a commentator, but here you are having to deal with it. Wardell can get some exit frags, but that's all they're going to be. Let's talk about the intentions. So they put those, if I'm not mistaken, those 3 smokes towards middle, 1 Brim, 2 from Omen. They kind of hold there. They allow some information to be garnered. There was obviously the owl drone coming out. They get spotted. They're not quiet about it, but they're not going up short. They kept most of their players by the back of middle towards the back of A. Now, by the time the site hits, you know you're going to be kind of dedicated towards those extremities on the kind of connector sides of things. So Caboose instantly looking that side was excellent. Now, again, I think this is just a really nice piece that they've theorized, and it worked really well as a prime example there. Could it work every time? No, because, you know, once those smokes dissipate, the defensive side could always retake middle, but I love that. That was a really nice idea to play. TSM, there was a chance it could have gone wrong when you saw that little bit of a playthrough short, but, you know, again, Caboose on these entries has been pretty deadly.
It's 5-6, and we could see a 7th round here for Envy. If they read this one right, Mummy is going to punish Drone, but Cutler gets away, at least for now. Here comes the flash, and Caboose is punished. Wardell in the background there with Hayes. And you're going to see Hayes in the middle of the map. Another opportunity as Akis is going to clean up Wardell. Hayes finds Finesse, so they're trading back and forth. It's going to be 2 attackers versus the 2 defenders, but Hayes is really weak.
Yeah, Spike now planted. Look at the time that they've got to take to get over here as well. Every second counts, you know what I mean? Calypso with a molly too, pretty nice. Double stacked towards the back of sight. I don't know if I love, but I guess at least you can trade off each other.
Akis can,
that's
he
nice.
can tell you out.
That's
and
super
he gets
nice.
the info.
I'd much rather have that. A little bit of info piece, not going to be spotted, but it's also going to cause paranoia for the retake inside. They're running out of time here, Puckett.
He's trying to work his way in. This is the duo that clutched up 4 rounds ago. Will they be able to do it this time? Akis finds the first. And now it's all up to Sabrosa. Only thing he's got, the stim. Stim doesn't help in this scenario. Akis gets his 4th, and it's a 7-5 attacking half here for Team Envy. They've already beaten TSM in a tournament on this map. They are primed to do it again. A lot of people are saying this is still a defensive map. We'll find out, though, if TSM feels this one is all in favor of the attackers. They've got their work cut out for them again.
5-7, pretty good. Yeah, let's see how this begins. I mean, you know, the pistol can bring it all the way through, so it doesn't matter too much scoreline-wise, obviously, unless TSM pick it up, and then it gets a little scary because you get towards double digits, right? That's it, and even just mentally, because MR12 is, you know, MR15 is one thing, MR12 is very punishing off the back of a pistol. We'll see what they come up with, because again, I want to see TSM being creative. I like the way Envy were approaching a couple of unique takes. This looks like a maybe reactive play. Caboose could be in for a lot of trouble. Oh, that flash is so good. Caboose gets one, but the trade comes out. Puckett.
Drone is clean for 2. Down goes Mame, and of course, here comes the rest of the flood. Hayes is going to drop Finesse. So defenders, they've got more players left, but they are not going to be there to stop this spike. And we're going to see, excuse me, we got to swap that scoreboard at the top. I got confused for a second. Akis making his way in with just his brimstone. We'll see what Calypso can do on the pinch. Paranoias have been key. Akis taking his time in the smoke, waiting for his teammate. Here they come, and Akis goes down. Now it's Calypso's turn. Big round here from TSM, and it all started. Drone, after getting flashed, was able to trade out not just 1, but 2, and then they all flooded after Hayes found that 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, that second kill that came in was just paramount, right? The first one, I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. A 1-for-1 trade out, but be able to capitalize and bring it into a 3rd, beautiful, beautifully done. And now, of course, the economy gonna swing around and keep the newly appointed defensive side pretty humble on just the classics. And on the other side, we've got, you know, Marshalls, SMGs, nothing too crazy to write home about, but big stack from the defensive side over towards the B site, 4 players to the 1 towards A, and it's not a bad read right now.
And credit to TSM, because I believe Envy was sitting above 90% win rate in pistol rounds after their first round of this game. TSM takes one of their own. Now, like you mentioned, opportunity to tie it up at 7 apiece before the big gun round 3. And they're just letting them onto the site. So many defenders stacked up here. And the attackers haven't seen anything. Now they've got a little info. At least they know where Mome's at on that Sova.
I wonder if they still commit to this. They're being pretty hesitant about it, and you might have to just feed the beast. Send one in. Uh-oh. So Rosa's found 2. There we go. Nice and easy. They're going to check on this. They shouldn't be any bother. Shouldn't.
Caboose goes down. It's just Finesse and not for long. Good stuff here from TSM. Taking their time. Easing in. Only dropped 1 player. And we'll see. Do the operators come out?
No more charges left.
No. At least for
there it is. Wardell's got it. Yep.
The defensive side. Wardell gonna opt for it. Not a bad purchase either. I mean, they've got plenty of money to play with. This round's always gonna be tricky anyway, just because the economy, the way it pans out. 7-7 though is pretty close. I'm just trying to take a second to kind of get to grips with how TSM want to attack this and what their looks are going to be like. Because I've seen them just run over teams, but I want to see what happens when they have to really work for it.
Calypso going to be playing with Caboose. They have been the star duo on this map for Envy so far in the tournament. Just looking at their ACS. And they should find some action. A little peekage coming in from Sub Rosa as he wants to lead this charge potentially. Also, keep your eyes on Drone. The Phoenix and his flashes working his way through the middle of the map. Out comes the Owl Drone from Wardell. Remember, he has the operator. So once his teammates push in, we'll be able to punish Heaven, and Akis is waiting for it. Meanwhile, smokes are holding for now. Sub Rosa ready to jump.
There's no fake plays here. There's no fallback. I'm a bit worried for the attackers. If they just go in on this, they've not drawn any rotations. They could come up against 4 players, which is not the idea of this. But Sub Rosa's success might encourage the play. And, well, you're going to see that there's another player on short. Now, let's see what the attackers do. They're being held up by Main. We have Akis on the site. Good for 1. Doesn't get a second yet, but he's going to spot out the players. The rotation's coming in, but it's too little too late as Wardell going to be chiming in with so much pressure. And Hayes going to be the icing on the cake. It was pretty brute force, but, I mean, they keep the players alive and they get the plant.
And I think we're just going to see a save coming in. Mr. Finesse with the Phantom hiding in a corner. Solid stuff on A. I was with you, Horton. I was nervous. It's like they've already run 45 seconds off the clock, and they haven't done anything. Once they push in off of that pick from Subrosa, everything went their way. Only dropping one player as Cutler will have his teammates with plenty of money to support him in this next round. Good stuff from TSM. That's 3 in a row, but it's round 4 that we have seen trouble. Will Envy be able to clutch up on another eco? Keep your eyes on Caboose, the Phoenix, who has been the star.
Again, that was a very loud hit. You know, normally when you hit a site, you don't want to be coming up against 4 players, but they did so well at doing that. Even still, I guess with Subrosa's ability to do so much damage, even just like a couple of picks, that presence that he had was more than enough to tilt the scales in his favor. But now look what that's done to the money here. That's put it back on that like 2.9 under 3k position. That's always an awkward buy. You can fashion something, but it won't be ideal in every manner. So I think we might be seeing sheriffs and such and so on. Maybe try and be proactive on this defensive side, because right now TSM's kind of showing them how it's done.
Finesse going to be the key player on that Phantom. Only 4 kills to his name up to this point, and he is going to be the one aggressive at B. Finds the pick he was looking for. Now, no Sage on the lineup, so he's stuck with that 10 HP. I wonder if he's going to toss off the gun. And that may be the case over to Mame, who is on the Sova. Meanwhile, you can see the attackers making their way from A after tons of noise and several smokes. They're going to be flying over to B main, trying to follow up on the pressure from Subrosa. Camera's going to spot at least 1 foot. And Finesse is about to call it. Here they come, boys. Rotation is already in. Akis could be huge here with the paranoia. You got the push from the door as well. An early trade for Finesse, but remember, they are outgunned, and these Phantoms are tearing through the defense.
The frustrating part is technically they're, not being subtle on these hits. They're being very obvious, but they're just winning these fights. Akis knows. I'm pretty sure he's well aware where Hazed is, but now it doesn't matter. Hazed outdoes him with the gun. And now left in, what, a 3v1? All right, Calypso. Let's see what you got. So you can get that gun away. Oof. Nah, Wardell doesn't want to give it up. We're getting close towards those double digits now. And very favorable towards TSM. It looks a little bit flat from Envy here. As I said, the hard part is they are technically reading the game quite well, but by sheer brute force and just really good effective trading towards the sites, it's still working out very favorably towards TSM. They haven't been subtle in any of these site hits. The rotations have been very quick from Envy. Again, it's like all the ticks in the right boxes, but TSM just, pound for pound outdoing them at the moment.
Now, I tried to look up some of the stats to see how the game went last time, because it was 13-5 in favor of this Envy squad when they were known as Together We Are Terrific against TSM in the T1 Nerd Street Gamer Showdown. And I wanted to see, did they just win every pistol round? How did the economy go? It doesn't matter, as Wardell is going to get things started on Caboose. Very aggressive defensive play, and Caboose gets more info than he wanted.
Let's go try and play that edge of smoke. Oh, Subrosa's so good. He still checks. I mean, that's the thing. I love watching Subrosa play. He's just a smart player, man. He's just got some damn good intuition. Still checking the corners, even after his buddy walks past. No worries. And again, these very uncomfortable positions that TSM have got themselves into. You've got Subrosa pushed up so you can hear all those rotations. He can be a pain in the back, literally. Calypso could do some damage here, though. That's the good one. Carla's gone down. Does he get away? Barely.
Smoke's down.
And Calypso's going to come back for some more. Peeking out of the smoke. He's going to catch him. I thought he had 2. Only gets 1, but buys time. Mummy is going to find Subrosa in transition. He was still holding in that mid. And now you're going to see the Omen. That's Hazed with the bomb. Just gets out of dodge. Goes all the way over to B. He's going to get the quick plant. Wardell is on the rotation over to support. And it's a 2-on-2 where I'd have to say attackers have the advantage. They have no idea where Wardell is. Now they do, and we'll find out. Will he be able to do much from this position? This could be tough for Hazed.
See if Mummy can get the pace going. I think he wants to try and beat the pace to try and get ahead of Wardell being relevant to this round, but he can't do it. He has to wait for support, and he's got the operator trying to play retake on. It's always going to be tricky. Hayes just has to buy time. He has to pick which side, and he looks the wrong way. So Akis is there, but now Wardell. Can he clutch it out? It's a good plant for him if he's been called elsewhere. He's going to wallbang for it. Oh, dear. Does he get the wallbang, though? He sat it. No. Wardell tried it, but didn't happen.
I was nervous. As soon as I saw that drone come out, I was like, he's not going to be there in time. Nice job, though, by Mame pushing in. And even though they got the first pick, is defense holding strong. A much needed round for Envy. They got some ults out. They took a sniper rifle away for a moment, but Wardell, sitting on 7,900 credits, is going to be feeling clean. And here we go. Can they even it up, Lauren? This is where Envy comes back to life. I feel it. Defenders. Split 2 and 3.
Yeah, zero mid presence. Zero mid presence from the defensive side. It's an interesting take. It's not uncommon. It's just we haven't seen it played that way in this game, which is quite fun. Deeper smoke's going to come in, allow more room to be garnered by the attacking side here, Puckett.
They could be playing around the paranoia, just judging by the positioning here from Hazed. Wardell with that operator is going to be easing his way into B main behind Cutler. Hey man, excuse me. Meanwhile, I thought Sabrosa was going to be spotted by Mame. He pulls out just before crossing the door, and they have all 5 stacked up on A. TSM, they rarely faint unless they have that Omen ultimate, so expect an all-in right here.
Much utility is left on the defensive side. Caboose has a little bit to play with, but not a great deal. Bit of a crossfire with Calypso as well, so maybe they'll be okay. So Broza looks like he's about to put his utility down, so we can expect the site hit to come in soon. 3-2 split. Oh, on the site. Here we go.
Caboose is going to have his hands full, but Calypso gets the first 2. Caboose gets out alive, and there's a nice flash. That's going to hit Hayes. Hayes goes down, and the Cutler falls to the flames. So they stall out again to about 44 seconds before they try and push in, and it was all stopped by the Brimstone and the Phoenix. Wardell's going to try and keep his gun, and he will after that pick on Finesse. But a tough round for TSM as Envy climbs right back into this one at 9-9, keeping 3 players alive.
Great counter utility being used to buy time, isolate players. Again, these kind of all-in hits, they work well sometimes. You know what I mean? It feels like that 50-50. If you can draw utility out at the start while holding a default, great. If you can't, you're going to end up having Finesse on a quick flank. Yeah, he died to Wardell at the end, but still, it's a nice idea, these all-in hits, but there's a reason that you can't run them over and over again. And I think that's a factor here. It looks like a double stack from the defensive side towards short. Are they going to go aggressive? I don't think so. Maybe just a similar position as before. And I wonder if we see, again, a very heavy lean towards one site rather than a default to begin with. Maybe just not feeling like they have to. 4 players currently heading towards B Puckett.
Can I show some love to Hazed as well? Not only did it get an ace to clutch up in their first map, the man's sitting on 18 kills right now. Every match we've ever watched, it's been Subrosa, Wardell, Drone at the top of the leaderboard. We rarely talk about Cutler and Hazed, but it's the old duo from CLG days putting in work today.
Joke's over. You're dead.
And Hazed again in the middle is going to be set up with that paranoia, trying to set up some Rosa for the pick. Akis in the corner. And that is a big paranoia on the opposite end. He's going to get 2 players with it and buy enough time to get out. But they've got the info. Everyone is stacked up mid. Here comes the defensive rotation.
Oh, Finesse could be in so much trouble if they have any utility left, and here comes the flash drone, could be the one to really make it tricky, but they've fallen away. So they've drawn so much utility out of the defensive team, which I love. This is what was missing maybe in that last round. By the time they were hitting the sites, they had everything still against them. Now they've drawn a little bit away. If they hit the site, they could be in a far greater position now.
2 tripwires to power through, and Sabrosa's going to find the first one, trying to enter here. It's going to be Drone with Finesse down. 4 defenders left. Mame with the operator on site, but it's not great at short range, and he is going to miss wide right. Cutler and Sabrosa as well as Wardell all finding their picks, and Wardell's going to find the 5th on Calypso in the back. 10-9. This one going down to the wire, just like game number 1. If you're just joining us, this is match 1 of the quarterfinals. First map went to overtime after a 9-3 lead for Envy. It was TSM clutching up and clawing their way back to the victory. Now here on Ascent, it's TSM's pick. A very even first half, and the second half, just the same.
Honestly, I think that round, the big highlight was that mid-pressure they used to try and draw out their utility from the B players before they hit the site. Beautifully done. Very well thought through from TSM. And let's kind of watch this back. It looks like it's probably be an A piece considering where the two players are over towards A long. And again, they might just run the same sort of idea. Pressure towards middle, get a little bit of presence towards short, try and get some of that utility away. Or what is Sova and Cypher doing over by A long? We'll see. This time, Mummy's up for the fight. Just dry peeks in towards Hayes. It does allow the trade to come out, but they lose out on the player on the defensive side. 4v4 on defense is horrible.
I thought he had the collat. I thought that was a 2-for-1. That was a great job, Mummy. Instead, as you mentioned, this is tough for the defense. Sniper rifle down. Tight corners being held. And the attackers are spread out. You have no idea where this spike is going to be coming from. So Barosa's trying to get some information, just hanging out by the market. Meanwhile, the other three starting to make their way towards A. That smoke is going to stall it out, and that camera is going to be calling out the location of Wardell. Information gathered by...
Oh, Sabrosa trying to fake it out. I like this. And it's going to keep your eye on the Brimstone. See how much they rotate away. It's harder to dedicate that third player. So they can keep two here. Akis is in a nice spot. If Cabooses crossfire stays, that's been dismantled. That one wall goes in.
Oh,
they don't
no.
check on it. Oh, dear. It's fallen apart.
They're taking turns, not checking corners. And you're done. Akis wanted to use his abilities. Instead, an aggressive sniper rifle finds him hiding in the corner. Finesse is going to clean up Subrosa's. So this is still two defenders versus Wardell. Big pick in the middle of the map from defense.
If anyone can do it, it would be Wardell. It's not the gun he's known for, but the man is good. Two isolated players. He's going to try and deny the crossfire if they're going to come back in or the trade. And there he goes. Did have a valiant attempt at it. I like the idea. But in the end, the defuse comes in, and we will see Envy stay alive another round. This is a very close game, 10-10. I think this is just a display of how evenly matched these two teams are.
Big play by Akis. They don't check the corner fully. He instantly punishes, gives his teammates time to rotate. And defense holds strong again. I'm looking at the money here. What can Caboose do? He's been so good with the Sheriff, but only 3,000 credits. Does he go for the long play? He's buying up for the Spectre. They're going for the win all in.
Well, it comes down to Mummy's pick to me if he goes for it. Wardell's going to sit in the fire for a second, take a bit of damage, and then fall away. See if he can maybe get the timing right on that pick. But the defensive side are fighting for A-long control this time. So the response from the attackers, hey, let's look towards mid. Let's try and do what we did before to them. Split them in half, split them in two. They don't actively play middle. It's going to cause them rotations and put them out of place, which is exactly what's happening with that Omen here. So this is a nice idea from the attacking team, but where do they end up?
Drone's going to try and work his magic over at B. After dodging the drone, the owl drone, I should say, from Mummy. I expect him to feel a little confident here. So Rose is going to call in the smokes, and here comes the hit. First, Wardell pulling out a drone of his own. It's spotted. Mummy in the back with the operator, the player to look out for. Defense slowly working their way through the middle can cause problems. It was Akis on the Omen, and he's going to find Wardell. Mummy is going to stop Subrosa at the front. So nice pinch coming in.
Yeah, Finesse and Akis. I've got to say, Akis to me in the last couple of rounds has been dirty. That cheeky little corner he sat in, didn't get checked on, and got away with murder. Cutler's so far away, he's not going to do anything here. You might as well just save it. What's his money, like 3.2? I guess you could drop out a teammate if you need to. I actually don't know what the money's like at the moment, but again, it's that readjustment, that repositioning. Akis has been he just feels like he's everywhere, right? Like last round, he was posted up on the A side waiting for that push, and then the switch up this time towards B, very well handled.
As you take a look at the money, yeah, Cutler, poor. Gotta keep this weaponry. Teammates should be able to buy. Wardell has enough for his operator again. And as we take a look at the ultimates, both Sova ults, we could see another laser light show coming up. As it's now Envy sitting on top. They've retaken the lead, 11-10.
Now look how these rounds have gone recently. Let's look at the start. Of course, it was that kind of streak coming out from TSM. 4 in a row, you had that little kind of chime back in. But these last couple have been almost strung together from Envy. So let's not overlook how much damage Envy have done in the last 5 rounds. They won 4, of course. So this is a pretty good streak. They felt they've worked it out. I want to see a switch up now from TSM. They're getting close, but it's not been close enough. And maybe some defensive-sided aggression feels like the answer to them. However, these flashes... They're going to keep them a little humble on this, but they get the information regardless. And look at the presence in middle from the defensive team. A bit of a switch up here too.
Ness is ready for it, but Hayes is there on the trade. And now we've got a 4-4. Spike in the middle of the map was spotted, but plenty of time to work around. Minute 19 still to go here for TSM. I'm keeping my eyes right now. What is the plan? I wanted to see, will Drone be leading this charge once again? He already used one of his curveballs over at B main to start the round. He's got one left.
Nice late game utility, keeping short, being a nuisance. It's buying time, which is basically what the name of the game is. And now with the push out, I don't like that Sova's still at B for the defensive team. I'd like that rotation to come in, but here we go. It's going to be the push coming out. Here comes all that utility. Drone's going to try and isolate players. I quite like that. Cuts off too. It opens up a huge avenue towards the site itself.
Flame Wall is going to stall out too. Spike still hasn't moved in. And remember, Mome still with the operator is going to be pinching from heaven. And first, it's the ultimate. Spike spotted. Spike eliminated. Did not. Oh, yes, it did get planted. Okay, so just in time before that shot landed, and now they've got everyone injured on both sides of the map.
3v5 post plant though, so excuse me, 3v4 post plant is still pretty hard to hold. Let's see what these post plant positions are. I like that you do at least, I think that's Drone saying towards Dark, so you're still okay in that regard. Drone can try and play off the back, but he has to be instrumental in this to keep it together, and he's going to do just that. Huge moment from Drone just to keep things ticking in their favor, and this is going to be time to save for Mome. Get out of there, keep that up towards next time, and that crossfire in the post plant just won them the round.
This sneaky little man walking his way out of there wants to keep this sniper rifle. 11-11. First map goes to OT. We're going to see a second one. I feel it in my bones right now. TSM continuing to clutch up in the final seconds. Cutler getting one. Drone, though, the key. He set it up when pinching in through short A. Gets behind him and causes problems. Wardell up to 20, hazed at 19 after having 18, I believe, like 5 rounds ago. He's really slowed down, but Drone's starting to step up his game. On the other side, you mentioned it, Akis on the Omen, doing work.
We seeing defensive-sided aggression again?
I'm
waiting to see. This is going to be, because you've got those 2 players stacked up by B, which could be it. I mean, you've got the Flash and then Mame on the op, so you could definitely get some presence towards, you know, B halls, which is exactly what they've done. But this time it's more of a default coming out from the attacking side, so spreading somewhat across the map, maybe leaving middle a little bit open, but that's fine. You can late play that because you have someone like Omen there. So again, it's going to be a bit of a misplay, whichever way you want to look at it. This will definitely keep players dedicated towards B longer than maybe they'd like, but let's see what the attacking side does with the information they're garnering too.
Mummy's peeking around the corner. Will he see anything? Drone playing it safe, and of course there's the tripwire in case someone wants to surge forward. And here comes a walking Wardell with a peek of his own, and that's a dry peek that's punished. Nice pick by the Sova.
Capes can be dangerous. They give away the game. Oh, Caboose, a little sloppy there, re-peeking on that one. Just kind of, I don't, the theory's not bad, the execution was poor. Unfortunate, that could have been a nice player advantage to play with going forward. And look at the ultimates now building up on the TSM side of things. They could definitely utilize some of this just to get in if they want to brute force it. Maybe Sabrosa feeling it once he's, you know, done with these smokes. But there's still 2 players dedicated towards B. Here come those smokes from the attacking side. Flash now ready. It's going to be go time.
And it's going to be Drone in first. Mame has been clean. Both shots landing. 2 attackers down, and Cutler's going to find an op shot of his own. Hayes is finally going to cut down Mummy, so Sova out of the action. Akis is still here, though, with the Phantom peeking from spawn, and Calypso is going to move up on that one. Cutler, though, still finding shots. Is going to connect on a second one.
Oh, this 1v2. This one on the side. He expects the re-peek. It's so well done by Akis, but the shots just aren't there. And Cutler, okay, not known for the AWPing, but here he is.
He's like, well, we had to save the gun for Wardell, so I guess I'll just put it to use real quick. I mean, this was scary. If Caboose doesn't go with that earlier peek, I feel like it's definitely in favor of the defenders. They got the first blood. They were sitting pretty. Few small steps in the wrong direction. Going to give this one to TSM at 12-11. They are on match point. Looking at the defender's cash, Calypso poured down to a Spectre. Same thing with Akis. You do have Mame with an operator over at the B site. Everything else, a fair fight. And they've actually given up B early on here, Lauren.
They have. Huge focus towards middle on the defensive side. You got 2 players pushed up on short, and you've got the swing off the back of Cypher. Mame kind of trying to play almost a pivot role too. He could easily transition towards middle, but right now you're going to see Mame taking the time. I think they were just looking to see if that camera was there that's tucked up right above the archway. Mame's a big piece to this, and so far he's probably going to be good for at least one. Oh, he shot a little early, just saw the gun barrel and tried to go for the first, but the second got him in the end. So Broza's there, and now the site is looking a little bit vulnerable. With Cutler's success too, this could be all wrapped up with a bow on it.
And they have so rarely pushed all the way down A. They never saw it coming in the mid. Cutler is able to do the damage, and once B is open up, this spike is going to be planted. And Akis, I mean, what can you do? 1v4, you are trapped from all directions, and Subroza is going to end it 13-11. Final score here as TSM continues to show that Ascent is one of the best maps in their playbook.
I think, though, this game is definitely reaffirming that people are catching up and keeping TSM, you know, away from having those huge pop-off games. You know, I think that was a pretty good matchup overall. Stylistically speaking, I think we saw the attacking side, you know, when TSM was on the attacking side, kind of put through their paces, which I liked. I liked seeing their switch-ups. I liked seeing how much depth they have to go to. And that's the thing for me. It's like I've seen TSM in most of their major tournaments kind of just run through people very aggressive, quite puggy in their approach. And it works super well when they have so many, you know, heavy aim-based players. But it's nice to see them kind of having a couple of adjustments here and there. You saw them kind of switching up every now and then in some really nice counter pieces.